Hey fellow worldwares, it's Angry Turtle, and in this short video I want to show you how to force any Scorchbeast or Scorchbeast Queen to land, no matter what. And requirements are pretty much minimal. It will be especially useful for any melee builds and for basically any builds if Scorchbeast Queen fight is considered. Then at this moment I'm equipped with melee weapons to show how this works exactly with a melee build, and I'm wearing power armor. Therefore, my AP is quite low, only 147, and now what is important. To achieve this effect, you will need a concentrated fire. Rank 3 is preferable, but rank 1 will work as well, you will just waste more ammunition. And you will need under luck the perk Tormentor. This perk is the key. It gives you a chance to cripple a limb with a rifle attack. It's important that give it a chance only to cripple a limb, not to stagger. Like if you want to use this technique and you are basically a rifle build and you do normally run a tank killer, unequip this perk to have a guaranteed landing. At commando build, it doesn't matter for regular Scorchbeast, but it does matter for Scorchbeast Queen. Because what stagger do, if you will manage to cripple like Scorchbeast Queen wing and in the same time, just after that, trigger a stagger, it means that first crippling the limb will trigger Scorchbeast to look for a landing spot, but stagger will cancel that. And basically it will defeat the purpose. You will cripple the limb, but you have a chance that Scorchbeast will not land. And if you will just cripple a wing, the Scorchbeast will land. If you do not stagger her, just cripple a limb. And now let's go for the demonstration. I intentionally crafted a very weak weapon just to prove that the weapon is not the most important, but I have as well a legendary weapon that I will recommend. But here's a non-legendary version. It's a .38 automatic receiver, the cheapest possible ammo. It's a low-level weapon, it's level 20, and I'm not using any rifle perks. Then it's just a 30 damage per shot. Now let's do the action. We do have a legendary Scorchbeast straight away. Go a little bit lower, but I cannot VATS you. Wing is targeted, and now we're just firing. That's enough. You see? It's crippled. The wing is crippled, now we're swapping for a melee weapons. We are looking when the Scorchbeast is landing. Over there. Perfect. And we smack her a couple times, as it's a legendary. And when she's back up, as I didn't manage to kill her fast enough, I do not have melee mutations, it's why my damage is quite low. Then you just repeat it. It will be the same with a Scorchbeast Queen fight. Or she just decided to land by herself. That's perfect. In a situation like that, when Scorchbeast land anyway, then you don't need to do anything. That's simple. And there we go with another Scorchbeast. What is important is this technique. You just need to cripple a wing. One wing is enough. You don't need to cripple both wings. Just the one wing. Then you look in VATS. It's crippled. That's enough. I swap to melee weapon. I go after the Scorchbeast as she's looking for the spot to land. And she's landing. Everything just perfect. There is no fail with that. Okay, let's repeat the process. Make sure you are targeting the wing. That's the important part. It's crippled. Swap back to your melee weapons. Follow the Scorchbeast. Look which spot she will choose for landing. And then just make your way to the Scorchbeast in case you are blocked. And hit the Scorchbeast. That's about everything need to be done. Another Scorchbeast done. Okay, another Scorchbeast, the same target wing. It's crippled. That's enough. Now where is the Scorchbeast? A little bit far, but we can go to her. Some robots firing at me. Okay, she's dead, and now this robot. Take the fusion core. Now you were able to see this technique in action. It's pretty much 100% guarantee that Scorchbeast will land. And for a regular Scorchbeast, it absolutely doesn't matter what type of weapon you will be using. Important is to use the weapon that has a low AP cost. For a little bit more tanky enemies like Scorchbeast Queen, I recommend something that will be doing more damage, like 30% damage to Scorch is okay, Blooded is okay. Basically, any effect that increases your damage versus Scorch, this will be Furious, whatever increases the damage will be perfect. Then I have Bullets Explode. It's not important, it's not even the best. 50% limb damage will be the best in this case because we want to cripple the limb faster. And this is the most important effect. 25% less VATS action point cost mean that with correct modes, this weapon is using 0 AP. I will show you on one more Scorchbeast how this weapon works. I will just explain one more time the weapon modifications. I have even video about it. I made it long time ago, but just to go briefly about the weapon modifications. You want automatic receiver, that's a requirement. You want aligned long barrel. You want forceful stock. You want swift magazine and reflex sight. This is what you want. You want those mod exactly like I have them in here, and it will work with combat rifle, it will work with the fixer, it will work with the handmade, it will work with the assault rifle, and it will work with, it should work with radium rifles as well. Then choice of the rifles is really huge. The most important, you are looking for the rifle with 25% less VATS action point cost. And you are brilliant with this effect. If you will be able to add some limb damage on some extra damage, some good prefix or whatever, it's even better. But what the main point is 25% less VATS action point cost. Now let's find one more Scorchbeast and use my weapon that is named as Scorchbeast Landing Aid. Now it's a legendary Scorchbeast again, that's perfect. Make sure you're targeting the wing, and she fly away a little bit. But pay attention to my AP bar. Shooting her doesn't cost me anything. And I can basically keep shooting until I will cripple the wing. It's done. Now the wing is crippled. I can stack some adrenaline on those Scorch. And my Scorchbeast is landing over there because she was quite far away. And this technique will force her to land wherever she is. Just doesn't matter where she is, she will be landing. And maybe just for the good measure, one more Scorchbeast. And keep in mind, exactly the same technique works on the Scorchbeast Queen. What you need to know, in case of Scorchbeast Queen, you will probably need to trigger Tormentor effect and crippling like 2 or 3 times, when on regular Scorchbeast 1 is more than enough. Okay, out of my way, I need to see when the Scorchbeast is landing. Landing over there. Got you. Okay. That was one more for the good measure, and you are able to see it's always a guarantee landing. There is no fail unless any other technique. This one works without a failure. And it's almost instantaneous. As soon as you cripple the wing, Scorchbeast is looking for the spot to land, and a couple seconds later she's on the ground. All for you. Just one more time, quick reminder, you need a concentrated fire perk, and you need a tormentor perk, and you cannot use tank killer perk. Tank killer perk will reduce your chance of success with this technique. Other techniques that people are using and are usually working is using Enforcer with a shotguns, but as you look at this card, there is one problem. It has a good chance to cripple a limb, but as well it can stagger enemy. If the stagger will be triggered in wrong moment, the Scorchbeast would get stuck in mid-air. and probably will not land for a couple minutes or maybe even never. And that's about everything for this video. Thank you a lot for watching, guys, and as always, see you in the next one.